Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Jeff here at Ferko Family Farm, and if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell. Stay alert when we release new videos. All right guys, well I'm down here in the basement today, doing a little work to the addition down here before inspection next week. A couple things we did today. We got this old doorway framed in. All it took is a couple scabbed pieces of 2x4 to bring this out flush here so we can drywall, because this whole wall is going to be drywalled, and we just needed to frame in a couple 2x4s as nailers to go across for that. So not a lot we had to do there. One other thing, we're reusing this old dryer vent that was here. Not this piping, but there's an old vent exit portal on the outside of the house with one of the flaps. It was just open to the basement down here. So we went ahead and got some of these pipes, and they come in, I think, 5-foot segments. You got to fold them and close them up. So we installed those. So now they're in the ceiling going all the way over towards the workshop, and I'm going to end up using one of the vent fans that we have right here. It's been sitting in the shed for about 2 years. I'm going to repurpose it. We're going to put it in the ceiling of the shop here, so if we do any painting projects or any kind of sawing work, we can turn that on. It'll help vent out this area. Oh, and another thing that we did today is we've got the other single switch in, and now we're able to turn on the lights up here, the can lights. I only put 2 bulbs in right now. We have 4 cans. You can see this can here and the one in the back don't have bulbs in them. What I'm going to do is, once we get the roof drywalled here, I'm going to get the trim kits for these, which is like a solid cover piece LED that will go in there, and we'll use those for lights. But I just threw a couple light bulbs in there to give us light to test the circuit down here, and that's all working. So that's going to be part of the inspection. One thing that we're working on right now in this room is the layout of the mini split unit that we're going to put down here. It's going to be a small unit that goes on this exterior wall. We're going to have to drill a hole. There's a template they give you we'll end up using. Here's the unit right here. It's a Perfect Air brand. This is the inside unit that goes on the wall, some cabling. This is the outside unit that gets mounted out there, and then there's some wiring and tubes and whatnot that come along with it that you got a bundle to put through. On the outside out here, you could see we have the cable ran already. Now that's a 12 gauge electrical cable that has a dedicated circuit, so we ran that all the way over to the breaker box, and the electrician will hook that up to the unit. So we're going to mount the unit on the ground down here. I just got to clean out this area where that bike is and put some paver blocks, a little foundation for that. But anyways, we'll have to drill a hole through there to get that other unit in, and that unit will go on the wall. The reason why we're kind of putting all the electrical together and whatnot for that right now is because we need to have that all in place for the inspector. So framing and inspection is going to have to take place, and then we can move forward with the insulation, and then finally drywall and trim and flooring. So baby steps. I have a crew that's I have a guy that's been helping me do this during the day when I'm busy with other stuff. So I haven't been able to get a lot of footage of us while we're building, but I wanted to at least give you guys an update where we're at with that. So on the last video, you would have seen we ended up moving the shelf system back against the wall over here. We had to clean out the bottom of the shelf over there by the sub pump and get that pushed back. Now that that's pushed back, the next step is to build this wall. And let me show you what I've done so far today. All I did is I cut 2 pieces here, one pressure treated to go along the sill down here on the ground, and then this is untreated, both 2x4s. Cut them the same length. This is just to kind of scab in here. I did put liquid nails all down through here, and then I measured where these boards are going to go, and I actually screwed from the bottom of this bottom of this board here, the untreated board, into these studs from the bottom with screws to hold them nice and strong. And then it was 87-inch boards that I had to cut. I had to cut 3 of those that go up. Now, where I'm at, that's basically where I'm at. This top part is just sitting here. I did measure a board that's gonna go on top of here, it's basically goes above this pipe and goes in here. So we have to mount this yet and get this wall finished up and buttoned up. That way we can go ahead and get the plywood on here, close that back in to get this door fixed up. And then this part will be ready to get the hot water tank moved back. Kind of trying to get that all done so we can move the hot water tank, because we are actually gonna start framing in this divider wall that goes across this whole span down here. I'm gonna have a 48-inch opening with a barn door that goes across, slides open and closed. So that framing is gonna probably start within the next day or two. We're gonna get that closed off. So I'm trying to button up this side real quick, and that's where we're at. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish working on this wall, and we're gonna try to close that in, and then maybe finish up a couple loose ends down here. All right, so. Needs to go in here. This board's all twisted right here. I'm not sure how much we'll be able to twist it back. Might just end up keeping it in there just like that if we can make it work. And then we'll scab something or splice these together somehow. Maybe I'll do that from this angle. Let me get a couple screws. So I'm gonna get some screws started in here. Now I got those started right there, so when we put it up, I can drill right in, hopefully be able to hold this in place. I'm gonna get a screw started. Now these are just 3-inch exterior screws, but this is what I had for the use for doing this. We're just gonna go up, I'm gonna try to go up through the stud here at an angle so that when I hold this up on top, hold it in place, I can drill it in that way. And hopefully that'll grab. We're just working with limited area here. Not much we can do. All right. Now let's get this slit up in here. I'm gonna try to hold the weight down here and then try to push this in on this side if I can. This is not a good angle. Well, it held it there. That's good. Now we gotta be able to hold that. So, go. This line is right in the way. There we go. It's a tight fit up here. I'm gonna go straight down like that if we can. There we go. That tied it in there nicely. All right, so that wall's scabbed together. We just need to secure these two studs using the same method. Now this board's real twisted, but that's okay as long as we can get it lined up in here where it's flush on both sides. That's my goal. It's fine on the bottom down here. It looks good down here. It's just as you come up the board, it starts to twist halfway, and then by the time you get to the top, it's really twisted. Here's what I end up doing. It's tied down in the bottom. Again, that one board's pretty twisted, but I got them mounted up. They're toe-nailed or toe-screwed, I should say. The new header board here, I end up putting another 2x4 up on top there, and I screwed that in with a few screws, and then I drilled down through the top into here to secure those. And then last but not least, I drilled up through the bottom of here into that 2x4 that's scabbed, since there's a slight gap there. It's nice and strong there now, all ready to add the plywood. So all I got to do now is I got to measure out the plywood and cut around all these little grooves. So I have to cut around those, the corner pipe, and a little cutout there for the hot water for the boiler outside. I'm going to try to get the drywall cut out now, and we'll get that put on here. Hopefully we can close this wall in. We have all this old plywood that we took down from the walls and ceiling inside of the office that we're rebuilding now. So I pulled this one sheet out because it's the biggest sheet we have that's whole, and I think we're going to start with this. Now the wall in there is 91 inches. I think this is only 85, but what we'll do is we'll put this on, and then we'll have to put one more piece on top to finish filling it in. But the first thing I need to do is, this board has a bunch of nails from when we took it out. So first thing I want to do is go through, I got to take out all these nails, and once I get all the nails out, there's some old dryer vent dust. This must have been on the ceiling in there. Clean this up a little bit, and then I'll have to get the measurements. I think we're about 28 3/4 wide. So we'll have to measure down, chalk a line, and rip it real quick, and then cut out for the hot water line. And then I think we'll be good to put it up there. So right now I'm just gonna take these nails out. Like that. Let me get my safety glasses. Perfect fit. So that was the cutout right there. It's for the hot water pipe. It's perfectly aligned. Now we just need to tack that in there and then get another piece we can put up top. Probably two pieces. Probably gonna scab a 2x4, a couple pieces in here just so I have nailers for that. And then that'll take care of this, and we'll have to do those pieces there. So that one's gonna be a little bit more custom. I'll have to cut all that out. Instead of doing that all on camera, I'll probably just get all those pieces cut back out and flash back to it. Ready? Boom, there we go. Check it out. So I got the pieces cut. I had to customize them pretty good, but you'll see on the door, I had to cut out these little corners right there, and then that piece up here so that this piece would fit. And then this top one we had to cut out around for all these pipes. I had to cut a little notch here for this wire, and then I cut down for that pipe there. There's a little tiny gaps in here at the seams, but that's okay, because I could always run some white caulking or some other caulking in there to seal that up if we want. But the thing is, that's gonna be behind this finished wall. That's gonna be the unfinished part of the basement and the workshop and storage. So I'm really not even that worried about that right there. I just had to seal that in. I gotta go find the hinges for the door that we took off, and then get the door remounted. And then once the door's mounted, this whole area is good. And then we'll be able to move the hot water tank back. So let me go try to find them hinges. Just realized we used the hinges for this door on the new chicken coop because they were kind of older, and I didn't know when we were going to be able to get to this project. So I'm not going to be able to mount this on hinges right now, but what I want to do is kind of just shimmy it up and see if I can close it, make sure this door frame didn't get it all out of whack when we built this wall back out. So just going to do that. I'm going to grab a shim board. We probably raise this up about 1/2 inch or so and just see if it'll close and latch. If it does, good. We might just keep it closed for now, just so it's out of the way. And then when I get a set of hinges, we can put those on. So let me grab that real quick. This door is very heavy. It's a solid wood door. It's not hollow like the typical ones are. All right. We need to lift this up a little bit more. Just close right away. All right, we cut this 48-inch long piece of plywood, 13 inches. Just like that. That's actually perfect. Gotta get some nails so we can nail this thing in. All right, just got some nails started here. Let me just make sure this side is level. All right. And then one on the side. Okay. Now I'm probably gonna put a little piece of 2x4 there. I'll have to cut a piece that we have a nailing edge here. All right, so I cut a piece of 2x4 here. The goal is to get this in here as a lip for the top part of this board to fit in here. So I'm just gonna put, I don't know, we'll put 3 screws in here real quick. Here we go. Now we have a header to nail that board to. And I actually went and ripped the board, just 13 inches by 78. All right, let's make sure it fits. Oh, that's good. We'll get some nails and start going down the line here and get this thing nailed in. There we go. And last 2 of this wall. Actually, that's good. Oh, we got this side all framed in as well now. This off color and some of these gaps, I plan on eventually painting it all down here. So before we paint, I'll go through with some caulking and fill this, the seal, the gaps here, and then we'll paint it. So it'll look good, but it's still gonna have door trim all the way around it, just like this. There's gonna be the door jamb trim all the way around. I have some of that to put on. We'll probably get that put on here in the next couple days. Everything's starting to come together. I just, you know, it's just little steps here and there. No big projects, I guess. Well, I guess the whole thing is a big project, but each step is just kind of these little odds and ends that we have to take care of in order to move on with the bigger project. The main thing was getting those done so I can get it all ready to be trimmed in, and this big wall from that side all the way over to the wall here framed in. And I think I'm gonna start working on that framing tomorrow and get that going. And on the inside of that wall, we're gonna do the same drywall, or the same plywood. This is 1/2 inch plywood. So that's gonna be all on the inside. It kind of a little bit more sturdier than drywall in here in the workshop area. It's gonna get dinged and bumped, and I'd rather plywood than the drywall. Outside of that, we'll have to get in here once get everything framed in and where it needs to go, and we'll have to reorganize all this mess, everything that's down here. Got quite a bit of stuff that we need to put shelves up and organize and get set up, but you know, there's just been a lot of movement down here with the work in the basement, and all the moving pieces. We keep having junk in the way, so there's no truly way to clean it right now. So it's just working on the construction side. Very dusty and dirty down here. But now that we got that done, I think we'll be able to slowly start working on putting this together down here. All right, well, I've been working down here for a little while. I think it's time to go out and do the evening chores real quick. The lighting down here in the basement is horrible, by the way, so I apologize if it's really dark. That's one of the main reasons why I haven't been able to really record down here in the basement so much of what we're doing, just because the lighting's so poor. And we're fixing all that with these can lights. As we build out the rooms around the basement, I'll be adding additional can lights in to brighten up the basement. It's just like a little dungeon down here. All right, let's go get the chores done, get these hungry animals taken care of, and call it a night. Once the cows find out we're here, they're gonna start yelling for us too. Yep, chickens eat their own eggs. We like to crack them open and break them so they can get a hold of the shells and the yolk instead of letting them break into a whole egg. That way they don't get used to cracking open their own eggs. Let's check on Pie real quick. She's been sitting here.
It didn't crack. You gotta crack it.
There you go. She's been sitting on this clutch. She moved her nest over from the other side. Hey, Pie. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, she's just hanging out.
Is there a baby? They're hatching.
Are they hatching?
Yes, they have cracks on them. Look.
All right.
She's biting me.
Yeah,
This
it's all right,
one's hatching.
Pie.
There's 2, 3, 4.
All right. Yeah.
I see. Oh, stop. They're hatching. Oh my gosh, tomorrow.
Maybe have some little ducklings up here. Good job, Pie. Hopefully we'll have some baby ducklings here this next couple days, right on time. When were we expecting them? Beginning of September. So, all right, we'll have to check back on them here in the next video, see how they're doing. Now I gotta get up. We gotta get back up to the barn here and get all the starving animals fed before it gets too dark. There they are, all lined up at the fence waiting on us. What are you guys doing? Are you starving? Hey, Red. We're coming. The babies are going crazy. We're coming. You're not gonna die. All right. All right, now on to the babies. You're drooling? There you go. Cows really want theirs. There you go. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for today on this video. Get up here and got the chores done. All the animals are fed, so they're taken care of for now until morning. But yeah, it feels good to get some of that basement work done. It's been a slow working project all year long that, you know, we've been working on it here and there. Just haven't been able to film much of it because of the lighting down there. But trying to bring you guys along with me a little bit more down in the basement. So let me know down below in the comments what you think about these type of videos. If, you know, the basement work and stuff like that is something you guys are interested in following along. And yeah. We'll probably have more of those videos coming up because there's a lot more work going on in the basement. But appreciate everyone following to the end of today's video. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. It really does mean the world to us here at Ferko Family Farm. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.